Screening out. Tribute version. Epidemic sound. Free. 47.
What's up, my people? Glad to be here once again, lounging with John, as always. Going to be doing this through Spreaker once again, coming at you also through that wonderful, wonderful YouTube, where evidently the world is really turning over there. Everything's going on in YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You want to find out about something, man, all you got to do is go to YouTube and you will find out. Of course, the sources might, every source will be a little bit different. Definitely wouldn't be sources I could use on a research paper or nothing. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy YouTube. I do. I enjoy it. And even with the, honestly, and then I'll introduce my guest here. But even with the ones that are just bullshitters, I enjoy just listening to some of these guys. Just some of the stuff they say and some of the stuff that gets, that goes around on YouTube, I think is funny. And then there's other times I've listened to stuff that I've found to be just ridiculous because it shows what some people, all they do. But anyways, Mr. Andy Buckwild is in the house with us tonight, folks.
What's up, people?
Hanging out with me for the night, and then of course he'll go back home tomorrow, and then of course he'll be back with me on Monday because we've got a meeting to go and take care of. Got to take care of business. Business comes first, folks, always. And which we'll talk about that on a different podcast, but I think that's going good. I think the whole group thing's going good that we're doing. We're going to be doing an introduction podcast for that as well, so you guys want to listen to that, you'll be able to. Anyways, I've got Andy here, and which he kind of knows what's sort of going on with Charlie Chill, and he knows what's going on with Grandpa, and I guess what my question is, and Isaac, this is nothing towards you, man, because I think you're a good guy, and I'll be honest with you, if someone said all them things to me that he said to you, I would have made a trip too. Because you should only go so far, and a person can only tolerate so much before, you reach that point to where you're just like, you know what, I'm done dealing with this. It's time to, do something about it. Now, Isaac, in your case, Charlie invited you, and Charlie, you're an idiot. You were just an idiot. I don't know any other way to put it. You have done things, and yet you've learned any lessons. And you know what I find to be ridiculous? Is that when you're young, let's say 18, okay, Andy? Let's say 18. When you're young and you make mistakes, you learn from them, and you either stop doing it, or you continue to do it. And I have heard bukus of excuses that Charlie's, I forget what the word is, but basically, got this psychological thing going on, because I don't know. But when you're young, you do things and you learn from it, and you change your life to do better, right? That's
what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. Charlie, you were, 30? Or around there anyways, which tells me you're old enough to do wrong, but then learn from it. You were getting mad at Isaac and everybody else after everything you've done to your dad. Your dad don't even want you at the hospital. And you're blaming everybody else for it. Why is everybody else being blamed for your own damn actions? You told your father you was going to crap on his grave. First of all, that's something and you should never say to your father. I don't care who they are or what they've done. That is your father. And if it wasn't for mom and dad, you wouldn't be walking on this earth. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
By all means, stop me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Because that right there is mistake number one out of all of it. All of it. Number two, You accused your dad of being a child molester and had him investigated when that wasn't true at all. Okay? Another big mistake, right? Then you accuse him of giving narcotics to little kids. I'm sorry, I don't see your grandpa doing that. Even from just watching his videos and not knowing him as good as what Isaac might know him or what Michael knows him. But you can kind of tell about a person when you listen to them enough and watch them enough and all that, right? So, those are some big things that you've done. Now, then you invite Isaac to come down to South Carolina. You give him an address where you are at. He pulls up. You try to hit somebody while they're in the car, and you end up just denting the door of the car. You put a big dent in the door because you hit the car instead of the person. I don't understand how that went on, but the point is, you are bringing all this on yourself. You threaten to rape Isaac's wife. You threaten to do bad things to his kids. And now you're sitting back and you're saying, why can I not be on YouTube? Oh, and then his monsters make excuses that he got hacked. Obviously, there's going to be excuses given, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, Isaac, I hope that you went to South Carolina for other purposes as well. Because Charlie Chill was a wasted trip. Honestly. But I'm pretty sure you didn't go down there just because of him. You probably went to support Michael. I know you guys are good friends. That's what friends do. If I was going through that, I know Andy would be wherever I was supporting me. So, but I just get a kick out of it because he does all this, and then you get there, and he runs to his room, locks the door, calls the cops.
Yeah, why invite the guy down there to begin with?
That's what I don't get. Why'd you even invite him? What was it? I don't know. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't get it. But everything that you've done, Charlie, your dad gave you a place to stay. Remember, they used to record together and all that stuff. And you messed that up, so your dad kicked you out of there. Your brother, Michael, said, okay, I'll tell you what, come and stay in my pool house. You ruined that. You destroyed the pool house. You burnt yourself so bad on your hand, your thumb was black because you was on LSDs. And then what? Now this. Bad things happen. Your father's ill. He's fighting for his life. And the same day that he goes, that he's in the hospital fighting for his life, you're at a party having a good time. And you want to call everybody else the ones that are in the wrong. I would never be partying if my parents was in the hospital dying. I definitely wouldn't be out partying. And I wouldn't be worried about a YouTube channel. Anybody that, I hope that I guess they are unsubscribed from you now because you lost your channel. So, my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. I think you deserve everything you're getting. That's my opinion. Some are going to dislike it and say whatever. I don't care. It's my opinion. I think you deserve what you get. All this talk about you being homeless, you deserve it. You know what? You are... I see these healthy people, and this is what they do with their time instead of out doing something right. It's like, why doesn't God just trade them out? Take this person over here that wants to be out doing good and working and all this stuff, but he can't because of a disability or a physical problem. Just take it away from the one that keeps on messing up and give it to the one that deserves it. It'd be worth the time then. I mean, because if you're going to do all that stuff, then what's it matter if, you know? So, that's my opinion. Isaac, my opinion about what you're going through with Charlie, bro. Honestly, this is not going to stop with you and Charlie until one of you stops reacting. One of you have got to be the bigger person. And trust me, I totally understand what he said about your family and stuff. That's your wife, that's your kids. I understand that 100%. But you need to do what Michael done. Michael changed his number, didn't give it to Charlie. So with Charlie not having no way to contact Michael, and Michael not showing him any responses, the problem goes away. The only way Charlie's going to disappear, even myself, if we just stop showing him any attention at all. Because as we give him attention, and as his name's still being brought up across the net, he's going to say, you know what? It's working. That's how I'm getting out there. I keep on causing problems. And you know what's sad is, let's say that, 3 months from now, they said, Charlie, you can come back to a channel again. He's going to get subscribers just because of all the rumors and of all the stuff going on. But if there's nothing to talk about, if there's nothing new going on with Charlie, nothing new, then people's not going to be wanting to know anything about watching the channel. Right? So, Andy, what is your quick thoughts on what Charlie's doing and what you think Isaac should do?
If everybody just ignores Charlie, it'll go away.
I agree. Now, let me ask you on last thing here. What's your opinion about all the things that Charlie has done and said about his father, and now his father won't let him in the hospital to see him? What do you think about that?
I feel it's disrespectful, and he gets what he deserves.
It's common sense that that's what would come out, that that's going to be the outcome. Because it doesn't matter if your father said something bad to you or not, if your father done this or done that. It's your father, and you should never disrespect your father.
And if you don't like him, don't talk about him. You know?
Yeah,
that too.
And I mean, I just don't get how anybody could wish death upon their father. Like he did. Because now look where his dad is. In the hospital. Fighting for his life. I know, it's so immature. It's immature, irresponsible, and childish. And he's going to keep on doing it so much to where if he starts doing stuff through Facebook, making all these threats and all this stuff, he'll get banned there too. So, Isaac, I just say, man, I know he really ticks you off, but I would just wipe the slate, lock the door, don't give him no attention no more. Because it's only stressing you out and giving him what he wants. So yeah, Charlie Chill, you wasted Isaac's time. That's all you did. Or be our guest. Be our guest, came down there, you called the cops, and ran and hid. Well, to be blunt, like Isaac said, like a little bitch. You say things like that, you should, you should know that you're going to get a reaction. But you should never say nothing about children anyways. I think it's disgusting. Why would you even say something like that about a child? About raping children? Or even raping, period?
He's sick and twisted.
That's it right there. That sums it up. Sick and twisted. Charlie Chill, you are sick and twisted. I think you need help. But you're never going to get help until you want to help yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. But I don't blame Michael. I don't blame Michael at all for not letting you in the hospital. Not after everything that I've seen and heard you do. You deserve it. And just think, you had things back right with your parent. You had things back right. Y'all was getting along, y'all was having fun, and you went and ruined it all. And then you start messing with another person. Eventually it catches up with you. But be our guest, man. It's too bad he wasted your time, because I know you'd have really loved it if you could have connected them 5 knuckles with his jaw. I'm sure that would have that would have made you feel a lot better, but I can definitely tell you're not scared of him at all. So, anyways.
Play. Screaming out. Tricky version. Epidemic sound. 3.
Whoa.
47.
Oh.
2 of 5 bars. Signal strength.
There we go.
Pause. Button. Pause this recording.
Anyways, that's how it goes. Every one of us need to stop even talking, even saying that name, and he will go away. I guarantee it.
16. Pause. Button. Pause this recording.
But, you know, I've done some reaction videos. I was asked my opinion, and of course Andy knows me. Someone asks me something, I'll just tell them. It doesn't matter if someone likes it or not. I'll tell you my opinion, and they take it how they want. That's the way it is. I'd rather be honest than be one of these people that is always beating around the bush.
Studio. Pause. 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 16. 15. Pause. Button. Pause. Label.
Anyways, we're going to get out of here because I got another important thing I want to do. So you guys be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And God forbid, don't be a follower of Charlie's because he'll take you down with him.
Pause. Button.
He doesn't care about nothing. If he don't even care about his own family, that should tell you what kind of friend he would really be. I think that sums it up right there.
Pretty much, yep.
17. Pause. Button.
Anyways,
Pause this recording.
be our guest, man. Like I said, I hope you didn't do a wasted trip completely. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you went for support as well to give Michael support. And y'all just stay safe. Watch your back. You never know what Charlie might try to do. Hopefully he doesn't know where you're at.
Notification. Messages. Now. Messages. Now. Mom. 100. No limits.
And,
100%. Adjustable. Notification.
so.
Messages. Messages. Now. Chat. Button. Effects. Pause. Button.
So, we're going to get out of here. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk to you later on, folks.